Well, so, Coach, what are your thoughts on the Terps this year? The Crab Five, stud freshman Queen, and Rodney Rice coming in, transferred from former DeMatha kid, transferred in from Virginia Tech. K-Dub, Kevin Willard, got a couple other transfers in. Don't have much of a bench, not much production from the bench, but sometimes you don't really need a bench in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, if you stay healthy and stay out of foul trouble, the timeouts are so long. They're over 3 minutes in the NCAA tournament, plus halftime's even a little longer than 15 minutes. So you've got plenty of rest, except if you get an injury or, the foul problems can come up. But I coached Rodney Rice's father at Boston College for a year.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how old I am. So he transferred to Richmond and had a great career at Richmond. He was playing behind Michael Adams and Dominic Presley from Mackin High School. So he had two pretty good guards in front of him at Boston College.
So what are your thoughts on Maryland and their chances? They play Grand Canyon.
I think Maryland's really good. I mean, they've proven they're really good. You look at their losses the last couple of months; they've been right there in every game. And they're 5. I think you can throw them up against anybody because they're unusual in today's game where they have 2 bigs. Not many teams, Florida does, somebody like that, but not many teams have 2 bigs and 3 outstanding shooters on the perimeter. And just watching them, and you guys watch them, it's really fun to watch them play, I think, and not just because it's Maryland. They really share the ball. In other words, it seems like the guy that's open gets the ball, and not many teams are that good at that. And it's not that they're selfish, it's just they're not good enough to get the ball to the right guy. But the ball moves when Maryland plays, and, they play aggressive defense, and it'll be interesting to see how they attack the NCAA tournament, how much full court pressure they use, because there's been times this year where the full court pressure has really helped them. In fact, it brought them back from 15 down against Michigan.
Right.
I thought that was a big part of their comeback against Michigan.
Talking to Hall of Fame basketball coach Gary Williams, of course, led Maryland to a national championship in 2002, 2-time ACC Coach of the Year. Want to get your coaching perspective. So we know Maryland runs their 5 guys, their Crab 5, pretty much the whole game. How would you coach against that?
Well, I'd try to pressure their guards all the way up court, not necessarily trap, but make them work every time, my team scored, and make them work bringing the ball up court. Now, the problem with that, you extend the defense a little bit, and they got 3 guys that are pretty good ball handlers out of that Crab 5 that, can put it on the floor, penetrate, whatever. So you have to be careful with that. But my goal, and that would be I think any coach that looks at Maryland this year says, well, I got to get to their bench. I got to get, substitutes into the game from Maryland. And so how do you do that? Go inside with the basketball, try to get Queen or whatever into foul trouble. And, can you do that? Can you do that? And that's obviously teams in the Big Ten have tried to do that and haven't been that successful with it this year. So Maryland has figured out a way to handle that. And, you talk about a bench, and, my idea with the bench is just keep the score where it is. Your bench doesn't have to come in and, take the game over. They have to contain, they have to play defense, they have to rebound, do all those things. And then you bring the starters back in, and hopefully, they can extend the lead or whatever, or bring it back if you're behind. And, I think that's what Maryland's done this year. Everybody says, well, the bench doesn't give you any points. Well, the bench doesn't have to give you points, but they have to keep you playing well. That's the key to the bench.
Yeah.